Hello, hello. I'm here to talk about stress today. How's everybody doing? It's been a little while. Things have been busy. I was having a conversation with a client. I actually had very similar conversations today and yesterday with clients about stress, so I thought it sounds like maybe it's time to start talking about how stress can affect you, what stress can do, and what some of the things that you can do about it. So there are some common things that happen when we are stressed. You might kind of know the basics. People talk a lot about being stressed, and you might notice that you have some physical problems that come along with stress. So headaches, chest pain, sometimes even muscle tension in the jaw or lots of different places, any sort of pain. You could have stomach upset. You can realize that you're not sleeping as well. Those are all very common occurrences and documented with stress. Less talked about our mood, right? When we are stressed, it can lead us to feel more anxious, more restless, less motivated, less focused, overwhelmed or angry, all of those possibilities, or even sadness, right? So stress, too much stress can lead to all of those things. It can also affect behavior, the things that we do. So it can affect what we eat, what we're choosing to eat, how often we eat. It might affect how you're interacting with other people, social withdrawal or socializing a lot, or how you use alcohol or other drugs. All of those things can show up with stress. So I just wanted to start talking a little bit about it because those are the symptoms. Those are the things that we may see, and you might start to ask, like, okay, so if those symptoms are showing up, then what do I do? What do I do if I'm stressed? What if I'm in a situation where I can't actually change the circumstance? Things are really busy at work and I can't just leave my work. I can't leave my job, or my kids are taking a lot of my time. You know, when babies are very little, it can be extremely stressful, or you're moving. So I just want to talk about some of the things that it can do long term, and I want to talk about some of the things that it can do to help. So long term, it can lead to inflammation in the body. And I'm kind of pausing because it doesn't always have to be like years and years of stress. It could be a few weeks of stress. It can lead to inflammation in the body. So if you're having some challenges with inflammation, changing diet is one way to help with inflammation, but changing stress levels is another way that can kind of be sneaky that you may not think, oh, these are the things that I'm dealing with in my life, the stressful situations that are leading to inflammation in my body as well. So inflammation is something that can definitely affect your health, and it can lead to all sorts of challenges like autoimmune disorders or joint pains, or again, you know, some of the symptoms that we listed before, even diabetes can be part of that, arthritis, when there's inflammation. So there's a lot of different health issues that can be brought about due to inflammation. So how do we reduce that stress? How do we take a part in it? And you know, the way that I like to look at things are through the 5 wisdom bodies. So what can we do with our physical wisdom body? What can we do with our emotional wisdom body, our mental wisdom body, our energetic wisdom body, and the spiritual wisdom body that can help with stress, so that we can take some action to make sure that we're well, that we are feeling our best, that we can feel better than we do. So, you know, stress is, oh goodness. So I've been researching stress for many years, specifically because I'm interested in mindfulness-based stress reduction, and it's becoming more and more common the number of people that report that they feel stress at some point during the course of a year is, it's in the 90s. It's a very high percentage. So sometimes that goes away. Sometimes those occurrences go away where we feel stress, and then, as I said, a situation may pass that changes. Like maybe there was a change in jobs, and until you get adjusted to that, it takes a little while until the stress goes down. So in order to help your body, we were talking about, with one of my clients today, we were talking about what happens when we're stressed is that sometimes this adrenaline, right, the cortisol, the stress hormone, gets released, and it's almost like your foot. This is how it was explained to me many years ago, and I love this analogy. Thank you, Rich Panico, if you're watching. Is that the accelerator gets stuck on when we're in chronic stress. So, stress is a normal part of our lives. It's okay to be stressed and okay to then, take the foot off the accelerator. So when we're stressed, the foot is on the accelerator. We have to do things to outrun the tiger, or, deal with whatever's happening with our children, to getting the kids to the hospital if that's what's happening, right? So it's good. We need to have that ability to put the accelerator on. And what can happen often is when the adrenal glands are being overused, if we're stressed for a long period of time, that accelerator can get stuck. And so when we take the foot off the accelerator and we say, I am not wanting to be stressed anymore. The tiger is no longer chasing me. I don't have this problem. We've gotten moved into our house. We're good. Everything's fine. You take your foot off the accelerator, but the accelerator remains stuck. And so one of the things that can, very simple practice that can help reteach the body that when your foot goes off, the accelerator comes back up until another crisis arises. And that simple practice is using the breath, and specifically taking a very deep breath. When we take a deep breath, people say, like, take a deep breath. That's a very common phrase that's heard, that when we take a deep breath, it is actually stimulating the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is very helpful for that rest and digest, for that calming the parasympathetic nervous system, so that we can be more, have that more calm, relaxed state. So using that, that simple awareness of finding the breath. So what I mean by that is, where are you feeling the breath? So taking a deep breath, even just now, as you take a breath, can you feel your belly expand? Or maybe you feel the breath at the edge of the nostrils, just becoming aware and present. So as you're breathing, that deep breath that you're taking, so taking in a deep breath so that your belly does expand now. It allows the body to then activate that rest and digest response instead of the fight or flight response. Very simple, completely free, and available at all times. And what a lot of people try to do is, when they reach crisis mode, that's when they begin that breath. And my encouragement is to begin the breath on a regular basis. You can see, even like, I can totally feel how the shift in just that, those 10 breaths that we took together, changes how I'm feeling right now. It changes the energetic wisdom body. It changes what's going on in my mind. It feels much more calm. My emotions are much more calm. My mind is calmer. So it's available to you, and practicing it throughout the day, practicing it when you are stressed, but also practicing it before it happens. So that's how stress can affect your health, and that's what you can do to change it. There are lots of other ways. Exercise is a great way to help with stress. Yoga, because of some of the certain poses, actually can help reduce that fight or flight response too. It's why we feel so good after doing a yoga practice. There's something called yoga nidra, or deep relaxation, which is always really helpful. And also, changing what you eat can make a big difference too in how stressed you are. Anytime you have sugar in the body, caffeine in the body, those things are more likely to stimulate the stress hormones, and it's easier. That's why we get more irritated when we're stressed. And when we eat sugar, it's why we get more irritated. So thinking about, what are you eating? Are you moving your body? How much sleep are you getting can help with stress too. What emotions are present? Are you able to take time to be present with those emotions? And what thoughts are you thinking? That can make a huge difference, as well as just simply doing some deep breathing, making sure you get out in nature. It's also a great stress reducer. So I hope that's helpful. If you're feeling stressed, now is usually about the time of year when people start to go, oh, like things are getting really ramped up over here. Since we had that wonderful break, in the US around the holidays, now things start to get really busy. So check in with yourself. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I would love to hear how you deal with stress, what you found to be beneficial for you, or if you've tried any of these strategies, or if you want to know more about the vagus nerve and the vagal response. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.